Good morning, and welcome to another Fiberific live craft and chat. Welcome to the shack. I'm powered by my T2 Licorice Legs tea in merch. Merch, guys, there's merch. I meant to take that sip before I changed the screen. I have changed stuff again. I keep tweaking and keep playing. So let me know if you can hear. I've been messing with the audio and I don't know if I put it back properly. So I will see how it goes. I'll see how it goes. It's looking a little juddery. Is the stream looking all right, guys? The internet is really not coping. I'm back to green. I'm back to green. Oh, this is what happens with live streams, everybody. You cannot make it do all the things. I've realized what it is. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I forgot to connect actual mainline internet. We're running on Wi-Fi and this is not good. This is not a good thing. So I'm just going to pop you onto the Be Right Back screen. If everybody can just, hold on. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm all puffed out. Oops, hang on, wrong screen. Oh, I'm all puffed out, running around like a loon. Okay, so hopefully, our stream is better. It's more fluid. It's less like glitchy. I didn't even know I'd be able to live stream on Wi-Fi. That's new. And I have no idea why I forgot to run the line. I just did. So that happens. I've been trying so hard to keep on top of all the things. I've been making the lists. Guess what's being added to the list? You know, the things you think, oh, I'll remember to do that. Making sure my internet was ready was one of those. I've just got to fix something here. When I was messing around getting the cord in, I bumped a thing. Come on, camera. Get focused. There we go. No, it's never going to focus again. I don't know what's happened to it. Okay. All right. So, I also spilled tea on my shirt, and at the last minute before I had time to change it. Is that 3 things? I'm hoping that's 3 things. All right, I'm just going to have some more tea now. Now, one thing I wanted to say was before the stream started, way back ages ago, Naughty Little Skein popped in a super chat, and I want to say a huge thank you. Naughty Little Skein couldn't stay for the live stream, but still dropped in $5 and said, have a good stream. I'll try and make it to the next one. I just want to say I really appreciate you giving me that $5, Naughty Little Skein. And, you know, going to the effort to jump in for 5 seconds when you're too busy to actually get to sit and enjoy the stream. So thank you. I don't really know what else to say. I'm really blown away, to be honest. So chat's been going. Balancing is a tough act. Yeah, balancing is definitely a tough act. I changed the internet bandwidth over. Luckily, it didn't actually stop the stream as far as I could tell. So hopefully it's not in 2 parts. Look, if it is, then we all know what happened, don't we? Yeah, so welcome to the chat. Hi, how's it going? I've been really struggling to try and keep just really to keep everything, you know, all the balls in the air. There's a lot going on in the background here at Fiberific. I'm trying to do a lot of different things. Obviously they don't include lint rolling my shirt, but I did lint roll my shirt. But one of the things I've been really trying to do is to get back up on top of the Mystery Lace Club. So if you're a member of the Mystery Lace Club, you know that this year has been a comedy of errors. There were problems with me being sick, then not having yarn because I order it, but it didn't arrive because of, you know, COVID. Just running out of time, missing dye, just everything has been just a mess. So one thing I really gave myself to do this month was to make sure September Mystery Lace Club went out on time. Now, not to jinx myself, but I think it's going to be okay because I've got the yarn, I've got the pattern. I haven't printed the pattern yet, although I'm thinking of sending it off to the local printer to get them to print it, just in case that's the other thing, my printer died, and I do a lot of printing. After last week's live stream, one of our Fiberifian members sent me a message letting me know that she knows a printer, and she does, and they're doing a whole pile of printing for me at what seems to be an amazing rate. I'm really impressed by the price. We'll see what I think of the quality when it arrives, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to be getting more yarn wraps. That's very bright, Chantel. It's like, wow. It's because nothing here is like just bright white. Then that's gloss white. Woo. So I'll be getting some yarn wraps printed up on some lovely paper. I'm getting my return address labels printed and the stickers that, like, you get the yarn wrap, but you also get a sticker that gives you all the information of the yarn as well. So that's all getting printed as well, so we don't have to rely on Chantel's spotty printer, because no amount of cleaning the printer gets rid of all the spots. Sally Schilling says, nice nails. Oh, thank you. I had nails done. Don't look too closely because I'm a rabid nail biter. They don't have a lot to start with. So the very first set, they kind of have to build a nail, the nail things to go on, if that makes sense. So next month it will be much nicer. But I still love all the colors. It's like Easter. It's like so springy. It's so springy. Shame a room does not produce nice yarn to craft with. Yeah. So Game Widows is getting on top of things as well. She is stock taking her charms for the Stitch Marker Advent Calendar, given the plague stopped my ordering of new charms. Yes, it's a thing. Like we forget that. Yes, some countries, Australia included, are starting to, you know, put their shoes back on and get back to work. While some of that is happening, international shipping really isn't going well. I've had some dye that I'm waiting on sitting in Chicago since early August, waiting for a flight that comes to Australia, because that's the problem, is a lot of the shipping relied on backfilling passenger planes. and as there's very few passenger planes going anywhere, it's really slowing down shipping. So unless you use someone like DHL or FedEx who have their own planes, then your packages are pretty well just going to sit there and wait. um, so yeah, in the US, shipping is not the best either, sad to say. Yeah, like Australia Post, so yeah, internal Australia postage, that's also not doing the greatest at the moment. It's still running, and it's, I don't even know how to describe this. Sometimes it's shockingly quick. And then other times you're like, wow, that's been sitting there now for 4 weeks. And it's totally luck of the draw, and it depends on which center it's going to, because we've got different states in different levels of lockdown, and it's all, you know, crazy. Lauren says, on behalf of Chicago, I'm so sorry. Lauren, I'm sure there are. I don't blame Chicago. I just know that's where it is. But hi, welcome to the chat. So I threw a last second post up on Instagram. I was like, oh, I'm on top of everything. And then I was just like, why is this glitching? It's so glitchy, and the signal kept dropping in and out. And I was like, why is it doing it? And I was like, oh, I'm on Wi-Fi. Oh, that's never going to work. Game Widow says, or the very slow boat from China situation. Yeah, and not many of those are landing either. Chintamani says, it took over 3 months to get a spindle from Russia. It only shipped because Sherry made an inquiry as to what was happening to it, and then it sat in Sydney for a couple of weeks. Yeah, it is. It's a bit crazy. Yarn Dragon says, my post has lost my box in our neighborhood for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Jackie says, track things are getting priority because of the visibility. Anything untracked is taking forever. I know that here at Fiberific, I have a business portal into Australia Post, so I can do my own printing labels. I actually cannot choose an untracked option for shipping internationally at the moment. I can choose tracked or express. So I'm only able to ship out of Australia using tracked post. So I don't know about, you know, coming in. Now, we have a special guest today. I don't know if it's going to work. I haven't tested it. So, you know, lucky I put that internet in. And the other thing is, I may have to run out because I'm expecting a parcel and the husbeast has popped out. So I can hear something here now. It's either my husband back or it's a courier. I'll find out if the gates all open up. I'm just listening. The other thing that I was doing before live stream today, but oh, hang on a second. Our guest. I shall put our guest on camera. Hello, guest. The snowy cam. See, can you see her in there? Sleeping? Sleeping. She hasn't noticed that there's a car at our gates. She's such a good guard dog. Hold on, Snowy. Have a snooze, baby. So I'm going to have a bit more tea. Now, the other thing I've changed is when I was, you know, playing with all of this, I've actually got a new desk. And so, you know, I keep touching it. Just keep touching it. So we have Snowy Cam. So that's pretty exciting. Melissa is stitching in the ends and it's no fun. Oh my gosh. Kim is not here. We have no Kim Cam. We have Snowy Cam. So what we can do is I'm gonna drop down into our double hands. So we're gonna go double hands here, but you know what? I can bring Snowy Cam here too. So we can have everything. So I'm utilizing some yarn here. What have I got over there? I'll bring these in. There's just some stuff. It's like such a big wide open space now. I don't know what I'm doing with all this space. So the desk is deeper. So I have more room. Yeah. So I'm just working on my Battenberg. Like it's still plodding along. I don't think I've done much for a while. It's been sitting in a basket. Look, the truth be known, I lost my Crojo for a few weeks there. I've just been focusing, trying to get all the, you know, the work things going on. Just trying to get up to date with things, trying to catch up with jobs. So, you know, it's just trying to do all the little bits and pieces that are part of running a small business. I'm just checking where I'm up to before I start stitching. So, you know, it's one of these things, but I just I've really been struggling. Like I have ordered yarn to make the queen cowl. So that is coming. Not here yet. I've never actually done a blanket cowl, or at least I don't remember having ever done a blanket cowl. And I look at the blankets I've got around the house, and there's no memory of me doing them as like a collective group, except for the Fiberific Zoomers ISO rugs, which wasn't so much, I mean, it was sort of a cowl, wasn't that? That was sort of a cowl. Yarn Dragons Creation says, I seem to be able to knit more than crochet right now. So I haven't been able to do either. I've just been a total zombie. I sort of finish my day's work, may or may not even make dinner, and sort of just flop. I haven't been Zooming every night. I've just been tired. I also keep injuring myself, which, you know, is dumb. And so sometimes I just flop on the couch and just don't do anything. And I do this weird thing where I actually just watch I have to not lean on the table while I crochet, or not lean like that anyway. So yeah, so I've just been like doing this thing where I used to sit and actually watch TV, which it's weird for me. I don't normally do that. I've been looking at my spinning wheel. I've been looking at my spindles, but I just haven't had any sort of craft mojo happening. So this is sort of the first time since probably the last time I crafted during a live stream that I've crafted. And it's something very basic and very simple. And sometimes we need this. Sometimes we need to just accept that we don't have the brain for craft today. Nothing judgmental. It's nothing bad. But sometimes we just need to accept it, move on, do something else, even if it's like housework. I know that having this weekend for Father's Day, we didn't so much give my husband a present. We sort of were. What we did was we cleared out and cleaned out the office. So we've got this office. It's like a bedroom size. It's really weird. Okay, so think of a bedroom, glass, you know, like mirrored sliding doors and everything, that's actually got a big arch, like it looks like a cutout, and they've left like the major structure of the walls there. But then you walk through that to get to our bedroom. So it's like a giant hallway, really. And so what we did was we cleared out some junk that we had laying there, and cleaned it up. And we put in a little lounge chair, just a little two-seater, just a little tiny one, a little cheapy, and also a TV. So, I mean, my husband went and bought those for himself. That's why I say we didn't really buy him anything, because he bought, you know, the thing. And yeah, just really sort of more made him the space so that he could do the thing he wanted. Now, what's really funny about that is I really, like, because I have a really high dust allergy, so I had to take antihistamines and wear a dust mask so I could do it. Not that there's a ridiculous amount of dust, it's just my reaction to it. And I'm gonna have to do something about this table shaking, aren't I? It's a bit too much. But the problem I have is I also react to antihistamines. So it was like, okay, quick, do the work as fast as you can because you're about to collapse. So I got in and I cleared out all this space, and I sorted and dusted and binned and, you know, purged all these things. And then I collapsed, basically. Well, not collapsed, but I sat on the couch and was just like, okay, well, I'm done now. And then literally fell asleep for half the day. What's amusing is I do take the non-drowsy antihistamines, but that doesn't seem to make a difference, ever. Oh, that's our gates going again. I'm just going to have a little look. I'm just going to put you on, be right back. disappointing. My husband's back, so we're trying to work out if we got carded or something because of the courier, but we couldn't find anything, so I don't know what's going on. Just let me have a quick read in the chat here. Freaky Geek says, I spun some last night on my Turkish spindle. I got 158 yards. Nice job. Is that plied or single? Come on, stupid nails split the yarn. Stupid nails. I love them. I love the nails. I love the nails. Oh, Snowy cam. There we go. Snowy's back. She came with me to check who was at the door. Hang on, for some reason I've just realised I can't talk and weave in ends. I might have to weave my ends in later because, I don't know, I seem to struggle. What's with that? Is there anything that you can sort of only do, like where you can't talk or chat or anything, you've got to like stop and just think about it? Go away, mosquito. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the ends. Save the ends for another time. I do try to do the ends as I go with these. I don't know why. It's a weird sickness. Not normally one that I have. So, I've just got random colours in a bag over here, just full of, you know, all bits and bobs and ends of projects, ends of runs from mini skeins, all sorts of stuff. I'll have to check out the pattern that Lindsay put up. I missed that. Freaky says, I have to learn what colours complement other colours. Hey, it's a skill in itself. Like, it is crazy. This starts off differently and I just about didn't start it off correctly. It's an extra check. And then on to basket. Okay. Oh, I keep leaning on the table. All right, that's going to bug me. I'm going to have to do something about that. Might have to check the stability of the camera and work out if there's somewhere else I can hang it. Which kind of defeats the purpose of my new U-Butte rig. It's called Saving Yourself from Doing More Work Later, weaving in ends as you go. Yeah, I agree with you, but I quite often, sometimes I hate weaving in ends and sometimes I love weaving in ends. Totally changeable. Totally changeable. Hey, did I double check that you guys could hear me okay? Because I have changed the audio and I don't know if I changed it back properly. Right. Where are we? I had to learn. Yeah, it really is tricky. And sometimes it comes down to trial and error because sometimes I'm really surprised by what colours actually do complement other colours. Like you can go the whole, get yourself one of those nice big colour wheels that have all the shades and tones and everything that, you know, slide around. You can go to that effort and you can get one of those, or you can trial and error it, which is sort of, it's more my speed. Jump in, both feet, whoops, that's not right, try again. Yarn Dragon says, audio is good for this hearing impaired person, but I also have headphones on. That's a good point. That's a good point. Freaky says, I live in Canada. Shipping will be hard on the pocketbook. I hear you, Freaky. I hear you. So, yeah, it is definitely... Oops. I did a wrongie. Put one too many thingies in. I've got to put that in here. So one of the things with getting these nails on is I have to relearn how to do everything again. Now, luckily, it hasn't been that long. Also, can you guys just let me know if Snowy does something like inappropriate so I can turn off Snowy Cam, because I'm not always watching the screen that the Snowy Cam's on. She really needs a bath, and that's my next job for this afternoon, is to give Snowy a bath. So she's a bit all grumpy because she's been rolling in dirt, so she's all itchy. We have one dirt pile in our front yard. Well, it's not a dirt pile, it's a dirt patch where the grass died. And that's where Snowy likes to lay. So, you know, it's her own fault. Freaky says, headphones on here too, sadly. Just one side is working. Is that me or is that you? Because that's annoying if you've only got mono and not stereo. That might be a setting I've chosen. I don't know. I did choose stereo on that one. I don't know. Is there anybody else only getting it in one headphone? Because that could be me or it could be Freaky. Where are we? I may have been naughty and add Maeve's Garden to my project list. Gosh. Okay, Yarn Dragons has 2, Kathy has 2. Alright. Sorry, Freaky. It's just you, my friend. Just you. Snowy, what does that look? It's like you can't decide what you're going to do. Did you want help getting back under your blanket? She likes to borrow. Lindsay says, I only ever use one side of mine so I can hear my husband mutter with the other ear. Actually, when I'm zooming, I do tend to put headphones on and then crick one back a little bit so I can still hear the world around me. Yeah, I definitely prefer that, I think. But yeah, the mutterings of the menfolk. Just wondering if there's a way I can, because I'm such a sloucher, I just want to slouch on my table and just very gently crochet. I don't even notice that I'm wiggling the desk. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm wiggling the desk. I can see it's wiggling through the camera. So what projects are you all working on right now? I know you've been all chatting with each other because I keep running away and like leaving you with the be right back screen. So I appreciate that you just don't, you know, bugger off. And just go, yep, we're out. So I definitely appreciate that. Snowy, what are you doing? Gabby, welcome to the chat. Bobby is here listening. Why is Bobby not at school? Isn't Thursday a school day? I don't know. I can never keep up with the days and what's not a school day. Ah, she's not here. Puppy Cam, much appreciated. So I won't say your name out loud because you're not here. But that particular person who's not here works at a particular yarn store that got to have all those lovely skeins we wrapped up last week and named on live stream. Some of those got named last week on live stream, person who's not. So yeah, that was a bit of fun. That was a bit of fun. So, Chintami is working on 6 spindles, some socks, long fingerless mittens, and a lace shawl. Fair enough. What are you working on right now while we're live streaming? Oh, laughing. Laughing shakes the table. Or the camera. I gotta work out why that's doing that. I don't like it. I mean, I don't know if you guys even notice it, but I don't like it. Then, where are we? Daiwen, she's picked up the needles for the first time in 2 weeks and she's knitting some socks. Yay, Daiwen! Yay for projects. Sandy has cast on new socks with Fiberific yarn, so liking the yarn. Oh, Sandy, I'm relieved. I'd hate to read that you hated the yarn. But I'd want to know if you hated the yarn, by the way. Just you know, just to throw that out there. Yarn Dragon Creations 2 crochet tees, a knit shawl, and knit bandana. Nice. That's another big long list of stuff. Lego Bob says he's doing an assignment instead of PE. I'll take him in 30 minutes. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lindsay says I'll say mine again. Thank you, Lindsay. It's Maeve's Garden. I will have to look into that because that seemed to cause a bit of a stir. Bit of a stir in the chat. Just working on my Afghan my mother-in-law started. Hey, Diane. Welcome to the chat. Lurky Zone. Game Widow says, right, 12 days of Christmas set assorted. Tea package to be sent out. And the other charms seem to be sorted into sets. It's awesome. Chintami says it's the second. She's knitting on the foot on the second. Awesome. Hey Donna, welcome to the chat. Knitting a vanilla sock. It's my second love note and a simple shawl. Just finished my husband's jumper this week with a mammoth task. Sweaters and jumpers are a mammoth task. Absolutely. Knitspin Girls is knitting Dragon Alley socks. Oh, Diagon. Oh my god. I think I need glasses. Diagon Alley socks. The second I said Dragon Alley, I'm thinking, wouldn't that be cool as a Harry Potter thing? But yeah, it actually is. I just can't read. Where are we? Gabby is currently halfway crochet mermaid blanket and finally started a Havana. I've not done the Havana. I've heard really mixed reviews. Some people loved it to pieces and other people were just like, oh my god, it's such a big, big, big job. Jackie's sneaking in from work. Sally says, do you want me to pop a link in for that pattern? Are you talking about the Maeve? Well, you can pop that in over in the fun zone if you like. So if you don't know what I'm talking about and you are new to this live stream, we also have a community over on Facebook called the Fiberific Fun Zone. And that's a really great place where you guys can continue your conversations with each other, where you can share your projects, share your work. It's not a Fiberific only thing. I do prefer non-salesy kinds of things. I'm allowed because it's my group. Sometimes if someone checks and asks, oh, I just kicked something, that's right. So yeah, I'm allowed to do that, but you're not, if that makes sense. But anyway, not that I do that very much in there. But it's just a really cool little community where you can all chat with each other and just get on and enjoy your crafts. Where are we? Christina O's doing the edging round on my tablecloth in size 10 crochet thread. Oh my gosh. Wow, Christina, when you are ready, I would love to see a photo of that over in the fun zone. I've never made anything like that. Where are you going? Get back in the camera spot. She's sitting. Can you see the very tip of her tail? It's like she's decided she doesn't want to be on camera anymore. I feel like I've done something wrong with that one. It just feels a bit bigger. Probably just fluffier yarn. I think the blue one's in Pegasus and the pink one is in blue one's in Sunflower, pink one's in Pegasus. I'm just using random 4-ply sock yarn. Excuse me. Get back in your camera spot. Get back in your bed. She's like, nah, I've walked off now. Well then. For some reason I can't magic loop. Let's try again. Oh, I'm doing it. It's working. I'm doing it. Your camera's rocking hard. Yeah, we've worked out that when I put my elbows on the table and like laugh, it rocks. So I've got to work out what the problem is. There's a stability issue and I don't know how to fix it during the live. Yeah, it's my new table. So it's just, I don't know, I never realized it doesn't seem to move, but it moves just enough that it makes the camera shake. But it could also be that when I moved all the camera stuff over, it's not connected tight enough. So now I'm worried it's just going to come crashing down. I'm just like, oh, this could be very bad. This could end very badly today. We could be all of a sudden like, end the stream. The webcam is attached to an arm, which is attached to another thing, which is attached to the table, but it's the same rig setup that I've been using for the last couple of weeks. But it's all been moved over onto a new table, and I'm just thinking maybe I haven't secured it enough. So I'll look into it. I'll check it out. Just not right this second. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm trying to go for that like 5-sided square thing. Woot woot. Please tell me that I'm not the only one who loses track and ends up with weird shaped squares and just goes, and has to go back and pull it out and fix it up, because I seem to do it more often than not. Yeah. So we're not going to mention to Kim that I tried to start the live stream off without the internet connected or anything like that, are we? because Kim had to come in a little late due to personal commitments. Squares with extra corners. Yes, squares with extra corners. That's right. Yeah, no, these feet are pretty solid. This is one of those U-Butte like standing desks. So the feet itself is solid. I've got to check, and the tabletop itself is very solid. So but I've just got a feeling that the actual webcam thing might not be tight enough. Yeah, just as long as you notice before you cut the yarn. Absolutely. That's the key, isn't it? Is just all like, okay, let's fix it. Now I'm going to grab some tea in a second. Oh, this morning I'm trying to post that photo to Instagram of my tea too, right? And Instagram keep popping up this notice. It appears you're trying to post a branded or sponsored post. Please make sure you tag it appropriately. And I'm like, it wasn't a sponsored post. T2 are not paying me to do this. T2 do not supply me with the tea-bits until I supply them with the cash money. And it's like, and then I posted it, and then I got a message. You've just posted a post. It looks suspiciously like a branded piece of content. You need to make sure that that is tagged accordingly. And I'm just like, dude, it's not branded. So I was very indignant with Instagram this morning. Donna says, I always end up with stuff looking weird when drinking wine while knitting. Well, we have a saying, which is friends don't let friends drink and craft. I wondered because the top is able to move, it creates some instability. Well, see, it's more like the legs push up, like the legs, like, I'm just going to give the desk a good shake. So if you can't deal, close your eyes, all right? So I'm like really shaking the desk hard, and it's still only shaking that a little bit. Oh, Snowy, sort of back. What are you doing? Weird thing. You're weird. Get back in your bed. I don't want to be on camera. You know, if you go to take a photo of Snowy, she looks away. She doesn't like her photo taken, and I didn't tell her she was going to be on webcam. Do I need to get permission from my dog? I don't know. I didn't. Be cold. Be cold. Yuck. Let's make it warm. Yeah, it's the flexibility of the arm. I think so. Don't really think there's anything I can do about it right this second. Because it's sort of set up behind things. So yeah, I'll just try and keep off the table is what I'll try and do. Like I'll try and not lean on it and, you know, fat tummy laugh push on it sort of thing. Wow, okay, YouTube sent me a nice little buffering message. Great. That's fantastic. Thanks, YouTube. So anyway, going to knit crochet while drinking. I have to be prepared to frog. That's the thing. You have to know that there's a possibility that you're not going to be happy and you may have to pull it out. You may not. You may just, you know, it'll look great or whatever. It may be fine. But you have to be prepared for the possibility. Look, I totally screwed that up. Oh dear. Okay. So you have the starting chain, have the additional one, then you do 2. I tried to do 3 in this corner again, is what the problem was. And then you go into the right. Yes. Okay, Chantel. Mad skills. Mad skills. We've got the mad skills. And I'm trying to like not lean on the table. All these mad skills. See, it's not just about making sure the framing's right, you know, for these videos. It's also making sure everything's stable and secure. I'm getting a total core workout right now, holding my arms up and out and not touching the table. Skills. Yeah, I'm not even drinking. I have no excuse. There's no excuse. I mean, I am drinking, but it is tea. It's just tea. And it's not hard tea. It's just standard, like, tea. Oh, you were going to blame hubby and the video call? No, I don't even know why it was being a poopy pants, because my software said it was pushing out on green, which means it's happy. But YouTube just weren't happy. Mad something. Grr. Yes, definitely. Kim blames him for everything. No, Sally blames him for everything. Yeah. We're all just blaming people. Not Long Island iced tea. No. Although that would be lovely. I would partake. Although there's something in Long Island iced tea I can't have, so I have to have like a variation. I think we call it Pacific Island iced tea, and it has white rum instead of brown rum. I think that's what we do. I can't have brown rum. Me and brown rum, not friends. One of the many things I'm allergic. Old habits cannot be broken in one filming. The struggle is real. Yes, it really is. It's so real. But then I can guarantee after this live stream's over today, I will be checking why that's wibbly, because it shouldn't be wibbly. It should be nice and solid. Because I'll tell you, this other camera is also attached to it and it's not shaking. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. That goes there, and then I do this. Don't do it there. There. I tried to chain up the wrong chainy bit. All right, third round. We're on to the third round. He touched the butt. Something I was testing today, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do, but I was still looking into it, was there is this amazing Twitch streamer called Harris Heller. He also has a YouTube channel called Alpha Gaming, where he actually teaches some really brilliant live streaming tips and tricks and tools, and which equipment to get and which equipment not to get, and I watch him a lot. Well, Harris Heller, his live stream setup is chaos. Like, it's not chaos, it's just crazy expensive. But that's because he was going to be going into music production and decided to go Twitch gaming instead, which is kind of weird. But he had all the gear. Like, his background in education is as a music producer, like, you know, think high-end audio, all that sort of stuff. One of the biggest problems, and you guys have heard me complain about this, is music and how we can't play any. And if the neighbors play some, I'm in just as much trouble as if I'd stuck it on myself. So what Harris Heller did was he got together with some other amazingly talented people, and they created these really long, because a lot of Twitch streamers will stream for 8 hours easy in a go. He actually has these ones where he's raising money for charity and Twitch and streams for 24 hours. It's just shattered for days, which shock horror. But he's created these crazy long playlists of music that he has produced himself that's actually really quite good. And it's just background music. It's like not a lot of lyrics, like there's a bit of do's and dahs and oohs and ahs, but other than that, it's just music. It's just instrumental, and it's totally copyright free. No chance of being pinged by YouTube. It's wonderful, and it's free to use copyright free music. So I was having a listen to that this morning while I was getting everything ready, and it was really cool. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I'll be able to leave this on while I'm streaming. I didn't want it to sort of drown out the talking or anything like that. And my microphone didn't actually pick it up, so I was watching on my monitor here. I can see when the microphone picks something up. But I recorded a little bit just to test it out. And what was happening is whenever I spoke, then the microphone picked it up. So that was a little weird. Are you asleep, or are you... She's sleeping. I thought she might have been eating her tail, but she's not. She's just laying there snooze-a-loozling. So, yes. But yeah, anyway, so I was just like, oh, how am I going to work out how to get some music into the background? Lego Bob says, sounds great. Can you send me the link? That would be great for studio video essay clips. Yes, it would be perfect for that as well. So much music to choose from as well. Just look for streambeats.com. I think it's called, and then that will send you directly to playlists that he has on Spotify and Apple Music, and like it's in heaps of places, and you can download it from there. One more. This one looks all wibbly. I'm going to check it in a second to see what I've done wrong here. 2, 4. No, it's fine. It's just needs blocking. Come here, little scissors of not snipping. I don't know if there's enough there for another one, so I'll just put that aside and work on another color. We've got some Demi Lou. Hey Snyder Spindles, welcome to the chat. How you going? Shame you weren't here the other. Actually, I've got spindles over here. You weren't here a couple of weeks ago. We were spindlering. I think I made that word up just then. It's not real. And thanks, Kim. Thanks for throwing numbers out there that, you know, like legit. What kind of friend does that? Like you're counting and just every single time without failure. Kim throws it out there. You need a dog paw print fame for Snowy Cam. Oh, that would be so cute. Oh, I might have to do something with that. I may have to do something with that idea. Oh my god. Little, like, white with black little paw prints. Oh, Snowy, if I do that, you have to sit in your frame all the time. I'm just saying. No getting up and walking away. It's just like, I do whatever I want. You're not the boss of me. I will go and sit at the door now and pretend that you've given me a bath and dream of the days when I didn't roll in the dirt and I wasn't itchy. So you got to tell me, because I've got it, my arms get tired now because I'm so used to being a leaner that you have to tell me when my hands come out of shot because I just don't know. Where are we? Chintami says, hi Scott, has Snyder Spindles. Thanks for making gliders. They are the bestest. I second that. I love gliders so much. So much. You need to think of your branding. Yeah, I know. I know. A tumbler with snowy paws. Oh, that's so cute. All the cute. Are you used to having nails again? No, is the short answer. Definitely not. They keep getting in the way. Now, we did make them exceptionally short because I'm got to get used to it again, really. Snyder says, because I'll put the arms up when using them as support spindle. I think I missed something. I totally missed something. See, turning the arms up is totally legit. We were talking about it the other week about whether or not you're supposed to do it. Because sometimes you can't spin it in a bowl because the arms get in the way, and we were like, oh, you could just tip them up the other way, but is that like allowed? Is that like will the spindle police come and get us? Was my concern. Because who suggested it? I think Chintamani I don't know who suggested it. May not have been Chintamani. And it, you know, physically worked. Where are we? Bub says me 3. Bub loves spindles too. They're such good spindles. Such good spindles. Where are we? Yeah, so one of the things I've been thinking about and working on and just sort of trying to sort out in the background Oh, it was Kim. Sorry, Kim. I don't mean to steal your thunder. Um, is just trying to, and especially at the moment, and especially for me because I have the attention span of a goldfish, is trying to keep ourselves focused and productive. Focused and productive. A lot of people are still working from home. My husband's still working from home. He keeps checking with me. Is that all right? Is that all right? I'm like, yes, I'd rather you home and safe. But there are days, I won't lie, there are days. Um, but one thing I really do like about having him home is he'll just pop in every now and again. I do have a little visitor's chair here, and he'll pop in, he'll sit down, and he'll chat for 5 seconds, and just like, because he just needs to stretch his legs. It's like the equivalent of him getting up from his desk at work and going into the lunchroom or something and grabbing a coffee and just chatting with whoever's in there for 5 seconds while he nukes his lunch. Um, I was going to blame Thing for a change. um, Kim says focused. I just spat coffee every day. Oh my god, there are days. He does make me coffee. He does. He will bring it. It's more so that he's allowed to use my coffee machine, I think, because it's still my birthday coffee machine. I love my handbag, but it did not usurp the coffee machine status, if that makes sense. So it's still my birthday coffee machine. Um, so he says I'm pretty much having trouble staying focused every day. I get it. I do, and I understand. And there's so much going on, and like the news and just the conversations at the shop and everything is so single topicked. And everything's being single topic to death. And it's just so hard to try and think through everything. You know, it's just so hard to try and keep motivated and keep going. But for me, what happens is I'm very good at compartmentalizing different things. So when I'm in this shack, we're in fibercraft work. My brain lets me do that. But when I've got 27 tasks to do and there's just me to do it, I end up being that flibbity gibbet who chops and changes and never gets anything actually complete. And it drives me insane. It really does make me a little crazy because you've worked so hard and it's the end of a day and you're tired and it's the end of the day and you look around and you're like, well, actually, I got nothing finished. This is at this stage and this is at this stage and this is at this stage. But if you had just focused on just one thing and gone from here through to the end, it'd be all done. You could pack it all up, put it away, and it would be done. So what I've been trying really hard this week is choosing a task, staying the course. Easier said than done, let me tell you. And just getting things done. And I realized yesterday that it's actually working. It's actually making a difference. And I just really and like there's no magic pill, there's no secret thing. I have a mantra that I quite often say in my head all the time, and that hasn't really changed, which is just do the work. Just do the work. Just do the work. No one's going to do it for you. Just do the work. And so that's my mantra. And so sometimes when I get a bit overwhelmed, I'll come out here, and I've got quite a few jobs that are not they're not, how do I describe this? A trained monkey could do them. They're not tricky. They're not tricky, but they still need to be done. And so what happens is I'll sit down and I'll work through one of those tasks. And I'll be like, okay, I need to do all of this. So one of the tasks that I was working through yesterday was I ordered and received a whole pile of beads a couple of weeks ago. Now, I haven't put any of them into their little bags. I have not weighed them. I have not labeled them. And I certainly haven't added them to my website. So yesterday I was like, right, what have I got sitting here that needs to be added to the website, or, you know, like you can't sell it if people don't know you have it. And that's something that I get in my brain from Melissa. So she's jumped out of the chat now. She's off to do something with her son. But it's something that she picks on me for, because I'll crack a joke that I posted something on Instagram and then bam, all of a sudden I started selling it. And she was like, what a shock, Chantel. What a shock. You let people know that you actually had some. And I'm just, and like, she says it very well meaning, by the way. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, okay, right. So you've got all this stock lying around, not on your website. No one knows it's here. So I'm slowly going through it. But one thing I did yesterday, which was I ordered some little bits and bobs. Now, I have an Amazon Prime account. I've never been so happy to have an Amazon Prime account until yesterday, because what I did, Amazon Prime, particular items, one of the perks is that you get free shipping. Not for everything, but for, it seems to be quite a few things. So I was just like, I've got a cord here for a microphone that's like 11 million meters long. I only need it to be half a meter. So I've got it like coiled up, and it's like annoying. So I was like, okay, I'll order a short one of those. I also want to see if I can connect this through this port, so I'll order a short one of those. And so I ordered some cords and connectors and some bits and bobs for my sound, and did that. And then yesterday afternoon, I was weighing beads. So, you know, got some beads here and I've been weighing them out. And my little scales were just like going insane, and they wouldn't weigh anything properly. I've had these for a while, and I realized one of their little feet's gone, so it's not balanced. But also, the stupid top just kept coming off. And so I was just like, okay, well, I'm not getting the right weight, so I can't use these. So back onto Amazon Prime, bought some more precision scales. It's amazing the more choices come up when you call them precision scales, than if you call them something else, even jokingly. Three, 1, 2, 3, yes. So yeah, and like no shipping. Now I know Amazon is evil. I get it. But it's also useful. It's a useful tool. Donna says, unfortunately, when I hear other states doing normal stuff, I get huge FOMO. I get that. I understand it. Stage 4 is insane, which is what Victoria in Australia has. They have curfews at night, which I think are about to be lifted from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Oh, big difference. But I don't know if you guys in Victoria have heard it, but down up here, we've been told that apparently your state government has been able to raise something like $14 billion in fines from people breaking curfew. So I think they want to keep the curfew because it's helping to pay for some of these, you know, that some businesses have been able to get some extra bonus money. Well, not bonus money, but, you know, pay your rent this much money. So, oh, look at this. It's this arm. So I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm just gonna go up to, it's bugging me so much. I'm gonna do this. Leave the snowy cam up, and I'll bring my hands up and work here today. There's got to be something loose, and it's annoying, and I can't deal. I'm sorry. Fine curfew is over $1,600. Oh my gosh. No wonder they're making so much money. But yeah, it's like something like $167,000 per night that they've been getting. It's insane. And I think some of the states are getting a little addicted to the revenue. And there's, you know, I don't want to go down too much of a rabbit hole here because it's bad stuff. Needless to say, Nikki, we understand not Nikki, what am I saying? Donna, I definitely understand that, especially in Australia where different states are getting different concessions. Like up here in Queensland, we've been really lucky. Like honestly, we've been so lucky. Like other than the two girls who lied coming back into the state and have since spread COVID all over the place. Um, we've been exceptionally lucky, and yeah, it's just I don't. Oh, sorry, I'm holding it under the camera. um, excuse me, but yeah, I know we've been exceptionally lucky, and it is hard. And you know, you've got whole countries who are not doing any kind of lockdowns, and other countries who are like you know, Italy basically shut its doors at the start of COVID. I don't know what they're doing now. They're not in the news anymore. Um, does Italy still exist if it's not in the news anymore? I don't know. Just I realized my chat wasn't moving, and I just had to click a button. Not all of Victoria is in stage 4 with curfew. Oh, that's right, because they did separate out some of the country areas, didn't they? Um, thank goodness yarn can come by mail. Absolutely. Absolutely, but we do have to be patient with our mail carriers because they have to move around within this environment. Hey, Holly Anderson, welcome to the chat. My top-down camera is shaking, and I think when I moved some things around, I may have made it less secure than usual. So, oh, hang on, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to do a not a square again with multiple additional sides. Let's not do that. 1, 2, 3. Up you go in there, and step up. Sorry, I can't start a row and hold a conversation, it seems. So I can't weave in ends, and I can't talk while I'm slip stitching at the end of a row and starting a new row. There should just be a list of things I just can't do on live stream. Oh, Lego Bob was still there. Ah, well, there you go. And I will see you later on. Have a good day. Donna says, hey, I'm actually okay because I have knitting and crochet. Thank God. I've never completed so many things ever. I get you. At the beginning of the year, sort of when COVID first started, I was quite like sick. I had like just cold. It was just a really bad cold. And then business was a bit quiet for me because I wasn't able to get stock in and blah 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 blah. And I made lots of things. I got lots of things done, or mostly done. They're not finished. They're still not finished. Just looking at Snowy snooze-a-losing. Snooze-a-losing. The Game Widow says, some of us in Melbourne have had stricter restrictions for longer than others. It's really starting to take a toll. It really is. It really is. And for a lot of people, there's no hard and fast rule, and there's no simple answers. Like, and what works for up here won't work for anywhere else, and what works for somewhere else won't work for here. And just, it's hard. It is just hard. So, anyway, staying focused. What I did was I would write. Do I have my notepad here? I don't. It's over on the bench. I would write the task I'm working on, because what happens is, say, I have to, you know, I do part of a task and then I've got to go and do something else to work on that task. It's like, any of you ever done Fly Lady cleaning? Have any of you heard of Fly Lady? So she has these 15-minute zones. And what you do is, say you're working on the kitchen, right? But you find a kid's toy. You actually just put it in a box. Like, you have these boxes. You just put it in a box and just continue cleaning the kitchen for that 15 minutes, right? But then you go and pick up the boxes and distribute it to the different rooms it's supposed to be in. What happens to me is not that. What happens to me is, I'll be cleaning the kitchen. Oh, there's a toy. I'll take it to Abby's room. Oh, I'll fluff around in here for a while. Oh, here's some dishes. I'll take them to the kitchen. Oh, I'll finish doing what I was doing in the kitchen. But you know, and so I end up with nothing, no one room completed, because there's little bits done in all the rooms. That's how I run my business. What happens is, I'll be working on something. Say I'm printing out labels for beads. I was talking about the beads before. So I'm printing out the labels for beads, but then it's like, oh, look at these labels here. They need to be filed and put away. So rather than actually taking the labels that I went over the printer to pick up and bring back and stick on packaging, I'll stand there and file away all the bead like all the different labels that need to be put away. And then it's school time. I have to go and pick my daughter up from wherever that she's got to go, or I've got to do the post office or something. There's like 3 o'clock. Bam, I've got to leave. Um, and so the bead thing never got finished. But that amount of time that I spent putting the stickers away, I could have come over and finished the beads, and then they would be finished. And anyway, welcome to my brain, everybody. Please tell me I'm not alone. Does anybody else get sidetracked? So Riki says, I have heard of her but never watched a video. I don't know if she's done videos. I used to read her blog. Sue Ellen says, yes, I did Fly Lady for a while but ended up busier and I didn't feel the house was cleaner. Yeah. Beersheba says, twins. Thanks, Beersheba. Yarn Dragon says, it's just something you have to focus yourself to stay focused on the one task at a time. I used to do the same thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. This week I've been like consciously like, no, don't touch that thing. Go over there and finish the thing you were working on. And having the job that I'm working on written down so that when I walk over to get, and you know, I've got these areas that I get sidetracked in. So it's the notepad's there. That's why it's over on my workbench. It's like, you know, bagging beads, huge. And it's just like, go back and finish bagging the beads, head down. So, Spanish Chick says, my husband gets sidetracked. Vampire says, my house is so disorganized because I'm easily distracted. Mine is so disorganized. Spanish Chick says, he'll fill up the sink, walk into his room to pick up the iPad to watch or listen to something while washing, see a notification, sit down, respond to it, and then a while later the water is cold. I can actually like legit, like I will do that. I'll make a coffee to go and have a break, right? So a little bit the opposite, but same deal. Go and have a coffee to have a break, see a notification on my phone, sort it out, fix it, then go to get my coffee to sit down, the coffee ice cold. I have to start again. Lindsay says, I have to set reminders for everything, which is fine unless I forget to set the reminder. I can't keep myself on track. Well, I forget to eat is my biggest thing. I forget to stop for meals. So I have like lunch reminder, like 5 minutes before lunch. Have you started having lunch? Go and eat your lunch. Eat your lunch. Because I will get to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and just be like shaking, like, and be all like, why am I shaking? And it's just like, oh yeah, because you've eaten nothing since 6:30 this morning. Oh, that could be it. Leanne says, yes, I use that method only I use a washing basket for all the things that don't belong in the space. My worst area is my dining table and my wall unit. They are our dump and leave zones. Yes. Yes, mine, well, I mean, my whole house is a dump and leave zone, but particularly the bench in the kitchen. Like everyone dumps their stuff there. It's just everyone does. Sorry, I'm just used to having an overhead camera. I keep putting my hand under it, just seeing if there is something I can do to. I mean, it's definitely. I think it just needs tightening. I think we can fix it for next week. So. Kathy says squirrel. Yes, exactly, squirrel. Donna says I never forget to eat. No, neither does my husband, and he actually can't. He doesn't really understand how I forget to eat, and it's just because I get sucked into whatever I'm doing. And I just totally forget, and time gets away from me, and then I'll look at the clock and I'll be like, "There's no way that it's 3 o'clock," like because the alarm will go off, and I'll just be like, "Oh man." If you much now and then you don't need to worry about eating. Sorry, if you much now, I think I've missed something. But yeah, so what I've started doing is, because the other problem was I'd sort of come inside around lunchtime and it'd be all like, what am I going to have for lunch? And then sort of, don't feel like a sandwich. And, oh, do I want to, do I have time to reheat something or to make something, and then I'd just be all like, I'd all be like, oh, I'll come back to that later. I just want to get this other thing done first, and wouldn't eat. So I'm got you foods coming. And so basically it's a freshly made meal, but they need to be warmed up. And so I just pop them in the microwave, 2 minutes. Seems to be working. I mean, I still have to remind myself to go and do it. I still have the alarm set. But at least when I go in, I end up eating something while I'm there. So, win both. Yeah, no, but my husband's never understood my forgetting to eat thing. I used to get up on the weekends. I don't now. We got chickens, they destroy the gardens. But I used to get up and go out and work in the garden for a little while. And he'd come out and he'd go, "It's 10 o'clock." And I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Have you had breakfast?" And I'd be like, "Oh, no, I'll be in a second." And he's like, "No, come in now. Come in now. Have something to eat." But yeah, it's just one of those things. We all have our little, their little brain foibles. Oh, I'm going to play a bit of yarn chicken here, you guys. Oh, actually, no, I'm definitely going to make it. I've just realized I've only got to go there. And I'm done. I thought I just started this round. So, yes, you never forget to eat. Oh, I wish that was the case. I mean, like if there's chocolate, I don't tend to forget to eat the chocolate. So I don't buy chocolate or well, I do buy it every now and again, but I don't keep some in the cupboard in case I feel like chocolate. Because it's like, oh, there's chocolate there. I feel like chocolate. So I try not to keep anything like that in the house. Like no chocolates, no chips, no fizzy drinks. So we always have to buy them. But yeah. Yarn Dragon says, "I'm notorious for dismissing the alarms, thinking I'll do it in a minute and then forget completely." Yes. Yes. My wake up alarm I don't do that with. I only have one wake up alarm and I wake up and that's because I wake up 15 minutes before I have to get up, so I've got time to gently wake up in bed. I don't know if that's a thing. Is that a thing, gently waking up? Anyway, it means I can lay in bed and I can scroll a little bit of Facebook or whatever I want to do, or just stare at the ceiling. Although I've found that if I stare at the ceiling, I do tend to fall back to sleep. So I do tend to pick up my phone. And just read something silly or something dumb that makes me laugh or smile. And then I get up and I make Abby a hot chocolate, and then I've got to go and crowbar her out of bed. She is not a morning person, let me tell you. Alison says, "That's me too." Yes, wake ups are different. So now I do the thing right away. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, okay, I have an alarm for a reason. It's because I'm rubbish without them. Okay? I think we should make some Slimer ones. What do you think? Like, that is so bright. The camera cannot cope. Cope with that, camera. No, not coping. It says no. Camera says no. But it's Slimer. I love Slimer. I'm going to give myself a knot. In a second. Yarn bar from my very dodgy made ball that I made. Alright, we've got yarn. We've got enough for a magic loop. I hate when you go into the kitchen looking for food and all you find are ingredients. Yes. Yes. And that's the thing. I specifically shop. So we were actually talking about it last night. Like, I've got this one girlfriend who has been gaming the Ushi game, and because her and her family buy a lot of the specially branded things, she gets a lot of Ushis, whereas we buy a lot of ingredients, and that means that there's hardly ever a chance to get the little cute thing, the little Ushi, which is an Australian thing. You guys need to look it up. But so it's like I have fruit and veg, and I've got cold meat, and I've got, cheese, and I've got, like, I could make a really nice sandwich, but I don't want to make a nice sandwich, or I could make a salad and a cold thing, but I don't have, like, individual portions of yogurt, or like I have yogurt but not the little squeezy packs, and all this sort of stuff. I think we do get poppers because Abby likes poppers in her school lunch, which are like little juice boxes, I think the generic term, juice box. And we do get her some little lunchbox snacks. We actually have a container that we just dump them into, and we just dig something out for a lunchbox. Some low or high caloric, high salt, low nutritional value thing. So those go in. But yeah, I just, when I shop, yeah. And the other day I was like, right, I'm going to game this. I'm going to get this brand of this, and I'm going to get this brand of that, and this brand of this. No, poppers are not one of the bonus things, but that's like, oh, why not? Oh, like that's one of the few cruddy things we buy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get this brand of this and this, and because my husband goes and does the shopping sometimes, and he's looked, because if it's a joint shopping list on a Keep thing, and he's looked at the list and he's gone, this list is oddly specifically branded. Because normally I'll just be like yogurt or toilet paper or tissues. And so he'll just get whichever, and I'm like, sorbent tissues and, you know, particular yogurt and particular dishwashing tablets. And he was just like, are you sending me out on an Ushy run? Like, maybe. I mean, they were all things we needed. I would just change some of the brands. If you brought Tip Top bread and Devondale cheese, then you could get Ushies. But I don't. I buy bread from my local bakery. And what cheese do I buy? Tasty cheese. I don't know. It's in a green packet. I like that one. Whatever the one in the green packet is. Some days if I have to cook, I won't eat. I'm just either in too much pain and tired from pain. I know that sounds lazy. No, I understand that. But unfortunately, it's a huge struggle for me. I end up drinking coffee. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand Yarn Dragon's creations. Like last night, I was tired. I was sore. I crunched my knee. I don't even know how. Stupid knee. And but in my household, if I don't feel like cooking, it's either reheats or takeaway, because my husband doesn't do much in the way of the old cooking, and my daughter doesn't seem to step up either. I'm a bad parent who has not instilled that in her. And so last night I was just like, I'm not cooking. I'm too tired and I want to Zoom with my friends later. And it sounds selfish, but I don't want to cook. And my husband was like, well, what takeaway do you want to get then? And I'm like, I don't know. If you're going to go and get takeaway, you get something you want to have. And I'll just have whatever. And he was like, okay, all right. So he ran out and it wasn't a big deal. Like, you know, I try not to do it too often. But yeah, it's just, I understand. Sometimes you're just tired. Spanish Chick says, we buy coon. I don't know what I get. I can't even picture the branding. Picture the green packet. Maybe it is Devondale. I don't know, but I don't go through that much cheese really. We buy a 500-gram block and it lasts for ages. Three. Oh, I'm trying to stop too early and make a triangle instead of a square this time. Okay, all right, and then 2. I've got a lot of little squares here that I'm going to have to sit down and join up. Very excited by it. Devondale is blue. Okay, well, it's not Devondale. Do you have menu log up there? We do that every now and again. I think we have some menu log locations and we have some Uber Eats. Like we've got some food delivery places. But my husband will go out and pick it up. Mainland, that rings a bell, or is that the yellow one? Sometimes we get a yellow one. I don't know. Kim bought some unsalted butter. Mainland is dark green. Oh, well that's probably Mainland then. And do Mainland do a really nice creamy cheese? Like like they have their standard tasty, which is what we usually get, but there's another one. Oh, my brain just is just like nothing. You have no information coming to you. My lazy cooking is oatmeal or toast with a cheese slice. My lazy cooking is something like out of a jar, like a chicken tonight or something, or like tacos. Tacos is a good lazy night. I like tacos because while yes, you've got to chop things and then you've got to cook tacos and make mince and heat up soft shell tacos because I don't like the hard ones, but the family like the hard ones. I just cook it all up and leave it on the bench. Like I just have it all sliced up. I make mine and walk away and go, that's on the bench. And they all run in and it's like, Colby, that's it. Colby, I love Colby. I don't get it very often, but I love Colby. We normally get Tasty because the majority of the family prefer the tasty, but sometimes I slip in a Colby instead. Um, yes, thanks, guys. I appreciate you making me feel not so brain dead. Mainland does a Colby that is creamy. Yeah, thank you. That does not sound lazy at all. Well, see, I like oatmeal unless you're doing like the 30-second in the microwave oats. For me, oatmeal's a big task. You got to stay there and stir it for like half an hour. Like, unless we make oatmeal differently, which totally we could. Bega Tasty has a green packet too. Oh, thanks for throwing that in the mix. I don't know. I'm gonna check when I go inside. I'm gonna check which one I get. But I definitely like mainland Colby for sure. Like 100, totes 100%. Snowy, do you like cheese? Snowy, do you like cheese? Snowy likes cheese. She's like, yeah, but I know you've got none out here, and the door is closed, and I cannot escape. Nope. Boil the kettle and pour the hot water in the bowl. Okay, all right. So my like crazy and it's not a meal for the family, it's just a snack for me basically. Is I like baked beans in a tin that I warm up in a microwave, and I put some cracked pepper, a bit of grated cheese, buttery toast. Done. But you saw her ears perk up. Yeah, he likes cheese. He likes all the things that are bad for dogs. Double checking here. I'm doing this good. I'm such like a sloucher. I have to lean back. Instant noodles for the win. I don't like instant noodles. Do you know what? If I'm gonna have like instant noodles, like instant ramen, right? I turn it into a whole like effort. So I cook up the instant noodles. Then I also crack an egg into the fry pan and make it like a little flat like omelette thing. Slice that up. Toss in some very thinly sliced capsicum and whatever else I've got, a bit of garlic, a bit of ginger, zhuzh, bit of chili flakes or something, and then I tip the noodles in and flip it, and then I eat that. I just don't like plain ramen, like the ones like the crispy ones, like the Maggi 2-minute noodles. Don't like them. Just boring. My taste buds are just like, yeah, but no. Freaky Geek says, oh, I forgot about baked beans in either molasses sauce or maple syrup. What now? I'm confused. What? I've only had baked beans with tomato or barbecue sauce. What? I, I, I didn't know it was a thing, and now I want the thing. Try Korean Shin ramen. It's really tasty. It's at Woolies. Freaky says it might be a Canadian thing. I don't like tomato sauce. I don't like normal like ketchup tomato sauce, but I prefer the barbecue sauce baked beans, like truth be known. But I buy the tomato one, because at least someone else in the house eats them as well. Yes. Allison says, I'm waiting on an order to arrive today from Mudgee Lamb. They do lamb, beef, and pork delivery straight from the farm. I hope they've been slightly processed before they get to your house. Well, that'll be an awkward conversation at the freezer. I'm here. Dumb. I did something dumb. Can I fudge it? Look. No. Ugh. Pull it back. I watched the first row. I did chains before it. So I did chains before my slip stitch, which meant that there was like a 2-chain gap, which looked wrong and hinky and gross, and I had to fix it. Sorry. Oh, it's a US thing as well. Okay, Yarn Dragon's creation is confirmed. that maple and other such syrupy baked beans are legit a thing. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, like they may well be here and I just have never seen them. I've only seen our baked beans come in either tomato or barbecue or that ham sauce. The ham, no, not that one. I don't, it's like push that aside. That's not food. Um, Sally says baked beans cold out of the can. Nope. No, they've got to be warmed up. They have to be warm enough to melt the cheese. Freaky says, did that once, did not like. I'm with you, Freaky. I'm with you. I don't like that either. But I think if I was Starvingtons and the power was out and I had no way to warm it up and it was the only food, I'd eat it. Like, that's desperation, right? The mee goreng are spicy, at least in the 2-minute noodles. We call them stinky noodles. Cooking bacon with a little bit of maple syrup is amazing. We buy maple glazed bacon. That stuff's delicious. So good. It's evil and good and delicious. Lego Bob's back and she's listening in the car. We're talking about food, Lego Bob. Did you know that in Canada and the US you can buy baked beans that aren't in tomato sauce or in barbecue sauce? They're in things like molasses and maple syrup. I'm like, what? My mind is blown. I'm legit mind blown. Chintami says the mee goreng are my favorite after the shin ramen. I see. I normally get the stock standard chicken flavored 2-minute noodles because Abby loves them. That's like, it's one of her things. She just loves. She heats it up, nom nom nom. She eats that. This very, she's doing a hospitality certificate and she's doing all sorts of additional hospitality studies, and yet her like knock up meal is 2-minute noodles, and she doesn't put in the freeze dried vegetables, just the sauce. Just like the Australia does not have Marwich. I don't know what that is. I explained to a friend that you had to send her a can. It's like sauce you add to ground beef. Would that be like Gravox? Is Marwich like Gravox? Well, Gravox is a powder. It's not a sauce. I don't know. Magic 2-minute noodles are gross. I agree. Yes, they are. Banfia says, I have a gas oven, so I put the baked beans on toast under a grill with the grated cheese. She says. I'm getting very hungry, you guys. We need to stop talking about food. Let's talk about yarn. So, how's that maple glazed yarn? Oh, well, we've got a really good viewer to likes ratio today. Very happy about that. 38 viewers, 34 likes. Oh, something I noticed, which really blew me away, was there were already 4 likes on the live stream like last night. Because in my trying to get on top of things, last week I put today's live stream thing up in YouTube so I didn't have to remember it last night. Because I keep forgetting to do it until too late. And so, yeah, it's definitely been one of those crazy, sort of, oh, sorry guys. I've really got to work out how to stop that camera from shaking every time I move the table. Maybe if I attach it over here in a more stable section. Yes. So it turns mince into savory mince. It's a seasoned tomato sauce. Okay. All right, I'll have to have a look into it. Is it available anywhere? Is it like a Costco thing? Oh, it's pumpkin spice latte time. I've never had one. I don't know if they're good or they're bad. I don't know. I've never had one. I'd try one. Like if there was a thing that I could try, I would be all like, yeah, I'll try one. Because we are now officially in spring here in Australia. Our temperature is warming up. In a day or two, I'll be bemoaning how gross and hot and humid it is. Today's lovely. A bit overcast, a bit cool. But yeah, it's definitely spring. We've noticed we had to turn the fan up a notch because we were overheating while we were sleeping. And so we don't, and you know, that's a thing for us. Like, we look at like all these American and European celebrations for Halloween, and the costumes look fantastic. But here it's 40 degrees. You're gonna melt. You're gonna die. You put a thing on your head and walk around the street, you'll collapse because it's too hot. Starbucks is selling them. Do we even have? I don't know if we have a Starbucks in Queensland. I don't know if we do. When I lived in Sydney, there was one nearby. I didn't like their coffee; it was yucky. But I liked there was what was that bookstore that was attached to Starbucks's. Love that bookstore. What was that? It was massive. Borders books, but they've closed in Australia. Borders closed worldwide, or did they just close in Australia? Um, yeah, some of those costumes are heat death traps here at the end of October. Definitely, definitely. Yeah. Oh, there is a Starbucks at Pacific Fair. Okay, that's down on the Gold Coast. So I mean, that'll work. I'm actually getting a Zarafas like 2 minutes from my house. Drive through Zarafas. Woot woot. So that'll be cool. Do they do a pumpkin thing? Oh, they close worldwide. Okay. It was such a shame. I loved that whole feel in their stores. Um, Chintami says Starbucks are very, very overrated. Zarafas is much, 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 much better. Are you sure? I'm not sure by your language. It's a little ambiguous. I can't tell what you mean. Um, not seen a pumpkin thing in Zarafas, no. Um, Sue Ellen says, how to Starbucks for fraps, smoothies, and latte, but not coffee. Okay. Um, Chintamani says, yes, sure. Sorry, Chintamani. Um, gotta get in the one in there. Otherwise, it's not a square. There we go. In here, pokey pokey. I've got enough Slimer to do another one. Can you guys bear the green while I do another one? Or should I pick a different colour so I don't blind you by the green? Look at this little stack we've made today. How cute is that? Look, Snowy. Look. Like, I don't care about your yarn. Oh my god. Am I making, like, here? Oh, I'm going to pull on the other camera for a second. You guys can help me pick a colour. I've just dumped a pile of colours. That one's not enough of. Throw away. That one not enough of. That one. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to go to the hands down camera. Try and not make it shake to death. Okay, trying not to shake it. So that's the Slimer that we've just done. So that's it, that one there. Should we do it a different color? Oh, these ones is not enough. I've got some more. Here we go. Look, a bit more pink. There's another gray. Look, there's tons more colors. I'm not going to add more. All right. Which one? Nikki says love green. So Nikki's in Camp Green over here. We've got two different greens. So Camp Green. Scissors so I don't lose them. You are. I don't know why I'm keeping these little bits, but I am. This is like a collection of years. Dark pink. That one's Chintamani's choice. Where are we? Yeah, I was alright that way. It didn't move, but I wiggled the other way. Starbucks tanked bad. Melbourne we still have Gloria Jean's Coffee Club and a couple of others, but they're not as popular as the small family owned coffee places. Melbourne has some seriously good coffee. Starbucks was never gonna do a like it was never gonna go well. The greenish mustard one at the top. This one here, it's coffee. Like brown. Maybe screen showing it as a greenish mustard. I don't know, unless it's something else. Green. Oh, coffee. Vampire was saying coffee. I understand now, Vampire. I think Starbucks tanked in Sydney as well. Yeah, I don't think there's many around here. We are, yeah. Melbourne's the ultimate in the coffee snobs. They really are. And look, I actually get my coffee shipped up from Melbourne for my coffee machine. There's a coffee company there called The Coffee Company. And they have some amazing blends and stuff like that. So I get some of theirs. There's no purple here. Oh, those purple ones are already done. We're looking at... Oh, there's not enough in that one to do another one. That one's, sorry. Look at this little pile of purpley, pinky purples. I have to do something with those. Always purple. Red 2. What coffee machine did you get? Oh, I got a DeLonghi, a DeLonghi automatic. It's got a name, S something. I don't know. But you put the beans in and it grinds them and you press the button and you get coffee. So, all right. Ali K. Hey, Ali, welcome to the chat. We're talking coffee. Do a coffee colored one. That actually makes really good sense. Let's do that. What's the time? It's only like 20 to 12. We'll probably be able to get a couple done. I'm just seeing if I've got any coffee in a little ball. Or if I'm gonna... Okay. I'm gonna do the thing you should never ever do. I'm gonna work straight from the skein. Do not recommend this. 100% do not recommend. You should always wind your yarn into a ball or you will end up in tears, which, you know, there's a distinct possibility there'll be tears. Okay? But I'm only going to do a couple of rounds of a little square. Right? What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? It's already bad. It's already bad. It's already bad. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, let's start crocheting and see how far we get before this ends in tears. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, a mess is going up. Don't do it. I know. This could be very bad. This could be very bad. I'm sorry if my laughing shook the screen. I'm trying to keep my tummy off the edge of the table and my arms off the table and my hands out. Oh my gosh. And also not have a tangle nightmare under me. Oh my gosh, this could be bad. And now that she's said that, that's right. That's right. Get your noster pinny. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna. So what do you guys all got planned for this afternoon? Like I'm going to be giving Snowy a bath. I was just seeing if Snowy's going to react to the B word, but she didn't. I think it's because she wants one. She's all like, I'm scratchy and itchy from rolling in the garden and I need to wash it off. It's like when you have a haircut and they get hair down your shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Join it up. So we're trying to get a demonstration of exactly why you shouldn't work straight from a skein. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. Why we shouldn't do this. Because see, look, it's already getting messy. It's already a nightmare. It's evening for Rebecca. Yes, it is. Nikki's working after this. Sorry, Nikki. Ellie K says 2 new tires on my car. Exciting. Kiddo has half a day off, so not sure what we'll do. Oh, that sounds fun. Are you allowed to leave the house together to go for a walk or something like that? Or are you going to have like a game? Like play a game or something at home? I'm not quite sure what your restrictions are there. Earning more money for yarn. I mean, that's a legit reason to work, honestly. I really just gonna lean. A legit reason. No, I'm not gonna lean. I'm not gonna lean on the wobbly cam. We should call it wobbly cam from here on in. You know, we don't have face cam anymore because, well, I mean, we do, but we don't have a shutting off issue for face cam anymore because, you know, I replaced it. I got rid of it. Um, you know, in all the tests I did to make sure that this setup was going to work today, I did not think to check that if the camera was going to be wobbly. I didn't even, it didn't even come on my radar. Oh no. I'm like freaking out. I'm freaking out. Holly says I'm going to crochet and then I'm going to go to bed. Fair enough, Holly. Fair enough. Um, walking is pain for me. I'll send it to the mailbox to post your teeth. Oh, thank you, Game Widows. Yes, if walking is pain for you, then do not be doing it. Do not. I hate that saying no pain, no gain. Do you know what? If you're in pain, there's a problem. Speaking of making coffee and forgetting it, I did that, and now it's the perfect temperature to drink. Well, that's different. I tend to forget it until it's so cold. You're just like, should I tip it down the sink or should I horrendously pop it in the microwave? You know, sometimes I'll pop it in the microwave to warm it up, knowing I'm going to take one sip and tip it down the sink because it's just going to be, you know, as my daughter would say, trash. Um, and so, yeah, I'm just like, I'm still going to try. This says, as a teacher, I have microwaved coffee many times. Yeah, my mum does it, which is why I'm like, I'll give that a try. But I always just end up going, no, no, I shall just make a fresh one. Um, you guys should know by now I'm a serious coffee snob, right? Like, it's like I'm a coffee snob who doesn't know anything other than what I like to drink. That makes sense. Like, if you stick me in a room with like proper coffee tasters or something, I will be all like, "What? I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh my god." Um, but I know how I like to drink my coffee. Hang on, I just gotta. Oh no! Get off. Stop that! I don't like you. Get in the middle. You're annoying and you're in the way, and you keep getting in the way. Oh no! I'm making it worse. Oh, I need two hands. This is why we don't do this, people. This is why we don't do it, even for one little granny square. We're on the last round. We can do this. Um, I hate the way coffee tastes after being microwaved. Me too. There's something about it. It changes the flavor. My dad makes his coffee in the microwave. Ugh, agreed. Ugh. Um, like instant international dirt, international floor scrapings. You mean? Smells awful. Yes, it does. That coffee is an interesting shade. Yeah. I don't think the cameras. I don't know. It's. I mean, it's. Yeah. It's definitely coffee. But I'm not sure. Like the screen I'm looking on here looks good, but I don't know what your screen looks like. Um, I don't understand why people can Rhapsody over overpriced. Um, like rhapsodize. I don't know, overpriced bitter coffee. I don't like bitter coffee. I don't drink bitter coffee. Um, I think coffee should be smooth and velvety and delicious and not bitter. Bitter, there's a problem. That's how I see it. If it's bitter, there's a problem. I would probably not do well in Italy or something like that where they're very, you know, they've got their coffee and this is how they do it. But I like espresso, but I like non bitter espresso. That makes sense. I love good coffee. I just don't like it to be bitter. Um, Gloria Jeans loves bitter coffee. Another bad franchise. Yeah, agreed. Um, the yarn color reminds me of coffee ice cream. Does it now? I love coffee ice cream. There's one coffee ice cream. Oh, hang on. It's pulling on the thing. There's a coffee ice cream here that you can get, and it's got like, I don't know what brand it is. Um, you buy it at the shop, you buy it in a little tub, and it's got like this chocolate coated. chunks of something. I don't know if they're a nut or if they're a toffee or something, but anyway, delicious. Absolutely delicious. And the other thing I love about it is Abby doesn't eat it because it's coffee. Oh, because Abby doesn't do coffee yet. I love super strong coffee, and I make it on the stove top, in a cafeteria. I've got a Turkish coffee pot, and I like making coffee. You can have strong coffee without it being bitter, though, right? How's Abby's arm? Abby's arm's still broken. I think next week we have an appointment, so fingers crossed she gets out of her cast next week. She said to me last night, Mum, do you have any photos of my Milo cast? So 2 years ago she broke that arm in the same spot. And it turns out she had taken selfies on my phone, like with her, and it was exactly the same. Everything was exactly the same angle, and it was so cool. So she actually, and because she had put the Milo logo on the last cast because it was like this bright green, this time around, because she's she's working at a KFC now, she put the KFC logo on her red cast. So she'd done this photo where she put her cast up against a Milo tin. The last night, because Tim bought KFC, she ran into the kitchen and pulled out, one of the KFC rubbish, like the paper bag, and did a photo up against that. It was so funny. Anyway, Connoisseur Cafe Grande with chocolate coated almonds. That sounds right. It's really good. If you like coffee ice cream, it's really good. Like you open it and go, ooh, coffee. I wasn't watching, was I? I could have done some serious damage there. But yes, no, it's delicious. I really like it, and it's creamy and it's good. Oh no, I've caught a thread. You need to go there and do this, and we have a coffee square. Oops, no chains. Don't chain. Just go in and slip stitch. Yes, that. Do that. Get your little scissors. Oh my god, how hard was that? Stupid nails. Oh, we did it. We made a coffee square. Yay! Should we make another coffee square? Or should we just twist this thing back up and put it away? Let me know. More coffee squares? Or should we do something else? I'm trying really hard not to touch the table, honestly. I think it's the camera arm. I don't think it's the table. The drumstick affogato cones are really, really, really good. I haven't tried one of them. I definitely need to. My hubby likes powdered coffee international floor scraping. Yuck. We have different tastes. He also prefers powdered pepper against fresh cracked. Crazy man. Yes. Sarah Lee is on special this week. I can get Rocky Road. I don't think I've had it. You did well doing that straight from the skein. Thank you. I was trying, because I knew it's a nightmare. It's basically an out and out nightmare. I was trying to pull it off and not work from it straight from the skein. I'd wind a bit off. Anyway, let's tie this sucker back up and twist it. Got my ends. Okay. And it's safely back in a little dodgy skein. Alright, let's do something less terrifying. What about this colour? It's already in a ball. Yes, it's less terrifying. Oh, what are you? You go over there. Lodge bit. Actually, I've already got that colour. Let's do a colour we don't have. We don't have yes, we do have mustard. Let's do the hot pink. Because we've got some soft pinks, but no hot pink. Don't drink a drink while driving on a rocky road. Agreed. Agreed. Every time I go to my coffee shop, I order a Rocky Road latte. Wow. Oh, those flavors would be amazing. Um, you're thinking of Pringles chips. You just can't have one. I mean, that's true also. I don't buy Pringles because I love them a lot. I love Pringles so much. Um, chocolate ice cream with raspberry sauce, mini marshmallows, and chocolate peanuts. That sounds heavenly. And also another thing Abby wouldn't eat. I'm terrible. She likes cookies and cream, ice cream, right? So we buy cookies and cream for her. I'm not a fan. I don't like cookies. Um, it just, yeah, it's not really my thing. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't mind bits of my ice cream. I like a good choc mint. Um, but there's something about cookies and cream that always just feels wrong. But she loves it. Lots. Once you pop, you can't stop. Yes, absolutely. I have to hide things, right? So Kim picked us up some stuff from Costco a few weeks, maybe even a month or so back, and we had this big box of stroopwafel. If you don't know what stroopwafel is, you need to go and check it out. It's basically two discs that fit on the very top of your coffee cup, so just fit on there, right? And they're very thin waffle, sort of like waffle cone stuff. And in between the two layers is this chewy caramel. It's delicious. It's really good. I mean, you've obviously got to like caramel, right? I mean, that's a given. Anyway, we plowed through the first half of this box. Like, it was ridiculous. Every time I turned around, someone had a stroopwafel hanging out of their mouths. And so I hid the box. I found it last night. And I'm just like, oh my God. Um, I've got stroopwafels. Like, because I think we end up going through 2/3 of the box really, really fast. And so there's a whole like package, like, because in the big packs at Costco, they divide them up into portions. Well, there's a whole portion in there, and I'm like, nobody knows they're here. They're very good. I highly recommend you find them. Actually, Kim, can you toss in a stroop waffle, like how to spell it so people can find it? Pretty please with Chris. I really want to lean on the table, but I know it's gonna make the camera shake. Um, Stupid camera. I will fix that. I will nail gun it to a wall or something so that it doesn't shake next week. I promise. Um, I'll fix it this afternoon so that I don't have to worry about it again. I'll make sure it works. Um, yeah. They are good. They are good. I can't buy those cookies because I will eat all of them. Yeah. Yep. That is true. Normally you can pick them up at, like, we can get them at our local grocery store, and they just come with like 3 or 6 or something like that in the packet. And that's great. That's enough for you to not feel guilty. But when you get the big like mammoth box from Costco and you realize that you're just plowing through it, you're just like, yeah, no, bad. Bad, Chantel. Put the highly sweet deliciousness down. Um so yeah, it's definitely a an evildoer's thing. So this afternoon I shall post orders because there's some orders to post. I shall fix this camera. I shall double check, see if any of my millions of orders I put through Amazon Prime yesterday, if any of them are shipped yet. To get all the little goodies and things. I've got new scales coming. I actually bought 2 sets of scales because I use these scales for dyeing as well. So I've got another set out the back, and I'm just thinking if these ones are gone, then those ones probably will do soon or already have. So yes, I got new scales. Kind of reminds me of honeycombs. I don't know what they are. Stroop is made from Apple. It's a Dutch dessert. Um, yeah, I don't know if Stroop waffles have got any apple in them. I don't think they do. Kim wants precision scales now. You can have my busted ones if you want. You can't have my new good ones. Um, Woolies have some that are a different brand than the Costco ones. Yeah, yeah, they are a different brand, but they do taste very similar. Or at least, I mean, my brain says they do. Alison says, did my order go through okay yesterday? Yes, it did. It just missed the post because yesterday I had to get all the posts done early because I was going out for most of the day. It's on the it's packed and put aside ready. Or did it? Hang on. Yes, no, yours is over there. I was just trying to think if I managed because there was one that came in just before I was about to pack up, but that wasn't yours. That was yours came in later while I was out. No, it came in while I was home, but I'd already packed the car ready to go out. So, but it's here. I'm looking. I can see it. It's right there. Um, Precision scales. But yes, it went through okay. Was there a problem on your end to make you think that maybe it didn't? Just want to double check. Because I do like to check that every now and again. I know there was a problem for a while there where people were getting an error thrown up when they placed an order and they weren't sure if it went through or not. And it turned out that my spam shield for my website was creating havoc. So I had to turn that off. But then I had to turn on other things. Like I had to put in, because I was just getting hit hard, luckily I make it so all the comments on my website have to be moderated. Because I just got hit hard. Like I would wake up and there'd be like 200 comments that would need moderating just from bots just selling things. No, just double checking. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Pink done. Okay, there we go. Well, I've got lots of ends to weave in now because, I couldn't do that before. Move the green aside. So how many did we get? 2, 4, 6, 8 more done to add to my little pile here. That I need some blue or something to break these up. Yes. Leonie said that my order arrived in Victoria in under a week, but you'd been waiting for a Bendigo order for 4 weeks. Oh my gosh. She doesn't trust me. No, I don't. Wow. Because this is the thing with the post. It's totally hit and miss. If Bendigo have shipped it, that's the other issue. They may not have shipped it yet. Lake or the dark one would be nice. Yes. I've got some of that, some space stone. I've got some tiff. I've got whatever that is. It was a fail color. I'm just having a look. I don't think I've got any lake. I've got a speckly one. No, there's no lake in here. There's no lake in my bag of bits. I did not like that. That's dumb. That's dumb. I'll have to remedy that. I've been lucky with online ordering. I'm just going to bring this up. Snowy's totally borrowed a head. That's so fun. All right. Single camera. There we go. So we don't have to. I can lean. I've been lucky with online ordering recently. Order done on Sunday, came 7 days later instead of 20. Well, that's good. Spanish Chick says, weird, we did a live stream on Are You OK Day last year. Maybe it's like a certain number of Thursdays, like it's a particular, like second Thursday of the month or something like that. I don't know. Joss says, my Bendigo came in a week and my back order is coming in a week too. Yes. Speaking of orders and Amazon, question for all the spinners, a good starter spindle and fiber for someone wanting to learn. I highly recommend, it's not on Amazon. I highly recommend you go and check out Scott's Niter spindles, honestly. Beautiful spindles, not too expensive. You can get the less fancy woods, which makes them a lot less expensive. Well made, not fighting with the equipment. I highly recommend Scott Snyder. And for fiber, you're in the US, so I would check out some of your Etsy stores. I mean, I'm a bit of a tragic when it comes to fiber, but I would be checking out Lisa Souza. She's got beautiful fibers. Her stuff is stunning. But yeah, Snyder Spindles and Lisa Souza. But you might want something a little more just single blend. Look at this. Snyder Spindles are the best. This is a total Snyder Spindle like fan fest here. Absolutely. Nikki says, yes, Australia Post has had to reduce workers and shifts due to lockdown restrictions. Absolutely. No, he doesn't have fibers. You'd have to try somewhere else. I don't know if they have Corriedale in the US. Allison, is Corriedale a worldwide thing? I know that they have like Cheviot. That's okay. It's a little coarse, but it would work really well as a beginner spindle. Yeah. But it's a little crispier, if that makes sense. But local and easy to get. So, yeah. Anyway, my lovely friends, I'm going to go off and have some lunch and then fix some things. Actually, I'll probably fix this camera before I have lunch. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you next week for the live stream. Keep your eyes peeled for some new stuff coming from Fiberific over the next week or two. Working on things. There's things happening. If you're a Patreon, you'll get to see it first. Just saying. Just saying. So I'll catch you all next time. And just look after yourselves and look after each other. And it sounds so sappy, but yeah, look after each other and look out for each other. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.